끝없이 펼쳐지는 유채꽃밭은 여기가 런던이 아닌 소도시라는 것을 말해줍니다. 호빗집이 있는 곳은 잉글랜드의 오크필 지역. 연노란 풍경을 따라 걷다가 어느샌가 나타난 양들의 안내를 받으며 호빗집으로 향합니다.
와, 풍경 너무 좋다. 저 사람들 주인장들인가 보네. Hi. So you guys must be Eddie and Roina, right?
That's right.
Good to see you. Good to see you. Moon. Moon from Korea. Moon from Korea.
영국의 닭들이 한국에서 온 낯선 방문자를 반겨줍니다.
All houses for chickens,
Ah.
all various ones, and the chickens are all out. So,
Okay.
you know, they're spread about finding their own food. That one's eating some grain,
Okay.
but they also have, they can go wherever they like. So they can find insects,
Oh.
grass,
So-
So
herbs.
they just come back here at night.
They do, but they know it's their house.
They know
Yeah,
it's
they
their
come back
house.
at
Oh
night.
my God.
And
So-
if you look in here,
Yeah,
I
all right,
think,
I wanna have a look.
In
All
the
right.
morning, they lay their eggs.
Okay.
So if you come here,
All right.
maybe, I don't know, maybe someone's laying in here,
All right.
but we have to be quiet.
Okay.
Can you see? Do you want to say hello?
Hello. Don't peck me. I'm afraid. I've never really stroked the chicken in my life. And I'm afraid. Wow. So they are kind of docile in a way. meaning
Some are.
They don't.
Yeah, some are, some aren't.
Rowena knew that she was.
I
quite
know
a-
that
she
she's
was quite
a
gentle.
she's a particularly friendly
okay,
one.
okay. It's a big house, right? It's big. Wow. Did you build this yourself?
Yeah.
It's very organic.
Yes.
But then also with large windows. Yes. It must have a great view inside
Oh,
once I
it's
get in.
really
I'm
lovely.
excited.
Yeah. We came, and it was an incredibly wet day, and because we're so high, we were completely in the clouds. So if you imagine today and you can't see anything, and we just looked out onto all this cloud and thought, I think this is probably a really lovely place.
You could just sense there was something very big out there in the white, I think.
Yeah.
부부는 그 풍경에 자신들만의 보금자리를 만들었습니다. 곡선 형태의 지붕 덕분에 호빗집이라고 불리는 집. 정면의 거대한 창문은 눈과 같은 존재입니다. 이 모든 것은 부부의 상상에서 탄생했고 10년에 걸쳐 부부가 직접 만들었습니다.
Wow. It's so grand here. Oh my God, it's almost like, for me, it's almost like a cathedral.
집의 중심에 자리한 거실. 6m 높이의 천장이 마치 대성당에 있는 듯 경건한 느낌을 줍니다. 집안은 굴곡과 곡선으로 가득합니다.
So I needed to echo the curves of the walls and the curves of the window, and I wanted that to happen in the ceiling as well. And so to form that shape, it seemed appropriate to use this lattice structure. I did it on paper in 2D, in very simplistic way, and then I actually did it in 3D with strings. So I had the main cross.
The
The main cross, and then I attached long strings along the lines of where this lattice structure was going to be. And then each of those strings was knotted. Because of the nature of the wood that I'm using, it is all twisted and shaped. The way the miters come together is uneven. So they also screen, or just they hide the joint because of the difficulty of making the joint work. And so they're decorative, but they also serve that purpose of tidying the joint, I suppose. So how does it work with the cheap labour? Because that's not being
영국 시골 풍경이 내려다 보이는 아치 모양의 창문과 하늘을 고스란히 담은 벽, 그리고 집안 곳곳에 사용한 나무들은 재활용 자재와 주변 숲에서 가져온 목재로 만들었습니다.
Well, predominantly a job for an American family who, and I looked after, or I managed for them, the restoration of, well, it was for them it was like a fairy tale castle. It was a huge falling down castle, and so I, for many years, looked after and managed the restoration of that building. Well, when we got married, we lived in other people's houses. We rented houses, but I always had the idea that I would like to build a house, but that didn't happen straight away. But that was always the idea that that's where we'd get to.
결혼을 하자마자 도시를 떠난 부부. 사남매를 위한 장소를 찾던 중 2000년 이곳을 발견했습니다. 2005년 집을 짓기 시작한 후 부부는 자신들만의 속도와 철학을 지키려고 노력했습니다. 집이 주변의 자연과 조화를 이루기를 바랐고, 집 모양이 형태를 갖추고 나서야 내부 공간을 구상하기 시작했을 정도로 속도를 늦췄습니다. 그리고 집은 아직도 미완성입니다.
Maybe it will never ever be complete. Maybe it will just continue to evolve. And each of those little steps is a rewarding thing and is enjoyed by everyone. Those little stages, those little steps. So it doesn't have to be complete. Well, it never can. I don't think it ever will be complete. We'll just keep enjoying those little steps of change.
Why don't you have some of your coffee?
어느덧 성인이 된 아이들은 집과 함께 성장했습니다.
Difficult question,
It's a
but
difficult question.
yeah, but you have to
I
make a
think that-
choice. I'm saying, like, you know,
When Robert was a baby, yeah, before he could walk,
he could build.
yeah, from when he was really small, he's worked all the way through on the build. So Rob has cleaned up with a hand spoke shave, has a knowledge of every single, and has done all the work in this house, the same as his dad.
So he's natural born builder. So I understand.
Well, we'd always play on the scaffolding.
Yes.
So we'd always be climbing the scaffolding. And
So it's like a playground for your children,
It is.
basically,
It is a
right? It's a playground.
아버지가 홀로 집을 짓는 동안 아이들은 근처의 오두막에 살면서 모든 과정을 지켜봤습니다. 그 기억이 자신들만의 집과 가족에 대한 이야기를 만들었습니다.
when we were young, it was just somewhere to live. We didn't really think of it as this big, amazing house. It was just being built around us, and we were growing up in it.
Amazing.
Also, we were just about, Dad would be like, hang on, just hold this up. So we'd just be standing there and we'd just kind of, prop
We would
something up
get
for him, or-
used
Roped
yeah,
in.
as a
we'd
help.
get roped in, dragged in to help. So even when we were small, it was just a matter of, holding a hammer or
it was
holding a
more
nail.
just we were always watching it. We were always watching him building things.
Oh, okay.
So because it was being built around us, we'd see the process, not necessarily doing it ourselves, but we'd see him do it. So I think subconsciously we've probably picked up a lot more just from watching and just from observing.
But it's not ideal.
But also, again, that's another thing on the list.
She's She's keen to.
Not too bad now, is it outside?
I think we're pleading some.
완성되지 않은 곳에서 살면서 조금씩 변화를 보면서 그것이 이들의 기억하고 그 다음에 삶에 영향을 미치고 있는 것, 그게 너무 재밌고 새로운 지점인 것 같아요. 왜냐하면 대부분 건축물을 들어갈 때 우리 완성돼서 들어가잖아요. 덜 완성돼서 들어가지 않잖아요. 그러니까 여기서는 미완성이라는 것에 들어가서 계속 미완성인 채 사는 거예요. 그리고 앞으로 완성될 가능성을 품고.
숲은 봄을 지나고 있습니다. 이끼는 숲이 지나온 시간의 흔적을 보여줍니다. 에디와 로이나 부부가 오랜 시간 집을 지을 수 있었던 것은 숲이 있었기 때문입니다.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
You like this one?
We
don't you?
wouldn't have had a hammer down.
Oh, okay.
장남인 로버트가 아버지를 도와 작업을 갑니다.
Yeah, I know.
들판에 울타리를 만들 예정입니다.
This one was quite straight.
Yeah, well. Can you push it out the end or not?
밤나무는 단단하고 비틀림이 적어 바르게 잘 쪼개집니다.
It's from a forest close by, so it's just over the hill there. So you know that we have to find a forest close by that grows sweet chestnut to a reasonable size.
어린 시절 아버지를 도와 집 짓는 일을 즐겼던 로버트는 자연스럽게 아버지와 같은 길을 선택했습니다.
Can use one of these just.
아버지는 그저 묵묵히 보여줄 뿐입니다. 아들이 스스로 배우는 것이죠.
I like working with my hands. I wouldn't be very happy sat on the side all day, and I guess it's what I'm used to as well. I like it because I'm used to it. Lots of things. Obviously, I learn the skills, but also, I don't know, persistence and maybe and trying to create something that's taking no shortcuts maybe, making something that's practical and lovely.
자연을 이해하고 자연의 시간에 순응하는 삶. 장갑이나 기계를 사용하지 않는 것도 같은 이유입니다.
You couldn't work with the movement of the timber with a machine. Or not very difficult. You'd have to be a handheld machine, and it would be a machine is much more aggressive. Where a hand tool, you can really feel your way around the timber, and it's quite quick.
두 사람은 서두르지 않고 천천히 서로를 지켜보면서 그렇게 아버지와 아들이 됩니다. 집도 풍경도 어둠으로 스며드는 시간.
No, that's not going to be good, is it? The old whimper.
부부가 일상을 멈추고 고요를 준비합니다.
No, no, but maybe they actually want to use it now.
부부는 느린 삶이 주는 여유와 소소한 행복을 알고 있습니다. 심심함의 맛을 천천히 즐기는 동안 집의 시간도 느리게 흘러갑니다. 주변이 서서히 어둠에 묻히자 풍경은 비로소 모든 것을 멈춥니다. 이제부터는 별들의 시간입니다. 바람의 언덕에 아침이 찾아왔습니다. 아침은 신비로운 시간입니다. 로이나에게는 아무에게도 방해받지 않고 좋아하는 일들을 할 수 있는 시간이죠.
Hey, Lisa.
염소의 이름은 리사입니다. 가족들이 마실 사냥류를 짜냅니다.
Now she's going to be more interested in you than. Hey, Lisa. Come on, Lisa. Chip chop.
염소가 준비될 때까지 기다립니다. 에디와 로이나는 흙과 자연에서 모든 것을 해결합니다.
Four pints a day, which is fine. When they have their kids, and after that, I can be getting 3 or 4 times that.
로이나의 아침은 염소나 양들을 돌보는 시간들로 채워집니다.
Sheep! Sheep, sheeps! Sheeps! Come on!
양들에게 하루 한 번 있는 식사 시간입니다. 양들은 돌봄을 받는 대신 매년 5월 양털을 내어줍니다. 그 양털로 부부는 직접 옷을 해입습니다. 부부의 낡고 해진 스웨터는 양들이 준 선물입니다.
I know all of them as characters. She's the leader. She's the boss. She's the boss lady. She's the boss. Yeah. So she's the one that leads the flock, tells them where to go, gets them into trouble. She's probably the most friendly. This one actually likes to come and have a scritch. She'll come and smell you, and they're very inquisitive.
로이나는 동물과 교감하는 것이 먹이를 주는 일만큼이나 중요하다고 느낍니다. 내내 흐리던 하늘에서 비로소 햇볕이 비춥니다. 로이나와 막내딸 데프니가 이른 점심을 준비하러 나왔습니다. 둥근 돔 형태의 닭장이 호빗집을 닮았습니다.
It's warm. I have old hens that don't lay anymore. And that's okay, you know. If I was a commercial egg producer, they'd be gone. Waste of food, they'd be gone. But I don't mind. They can live out their lives just pecking around and having a bit of food. If they've given me 3 or 4 years of eggs, then they can do 3 or 4 years of just being a chicken. Why?
데프니는 어렸을 때부터 엄마와 함께 요리하는 것을 좋아했습니다.
Was that 6?
성인이 된 지금도 변함이 없습니다. 오늘 점심 메뉴는 밭에서 수확한 감자와 신선한 계란으로 만든 오믈렛입니다.
Wow, so what's this great smell?
Oh, well, it's an omelette with our eggs.
Oh,
and
eggs.
onions
How many
and
eggs did you use up today?
Oh, I forget.
Oh, you forgot?
9.
9 eggs.
9,
Oh my God. So the omelette you made in the oven. Okay,
Yeah.
all right. I'm excited. Yes, yes.
Oh, look, don't burn your hand. We take out.
Wow, that's a fancy omelette. It looks whole bit. No, that's too much. Come on. So, all right. Yeah, so it's just made.
별다른 재료 없이도 양파와 달걀, 감자, 허브, 후추만으로 맛을 낸 영국 가정식 오믈렛입니다.
Can I carry it over? Yeah.
Yeah. I don't mind. Well, no, I don't mind.
You're going to sit in the big chair.
Yeah, we sit like this. Why not? Yeah.
Roll.
So this is lettuce. Yeah, sure. Thank you.
둥근 원형 식탁에 가족 모두가 마주보고 둘러앉습니다.
Thanksgiving is very, very American, isn't it? Can you
Good.
taste- can you taste
Yeah.
가족이 모여 대화를 나누며 식사하는 시간은 지극히 평범해 보이지만 도시에서는 놓치기 쉬운 소중한 일상입니다.
When I'm living on my own, so when I come back here, I don't cook because it's my break.
Boom, boom, boom. Three things came out.
You're usually sat eating it on your own. At home, it's very different. You have your meal time, so it's lunchtime, make lunch, usually help or, you know, I'm involved. And then you all sit down and eat together and talk.
a bit of a sort of a big sort of feast
여유와 건강함, 그리고 웃음이 있는 기분 좋은 시간입니다.
thing going on in here.
자연의 시간은 천천히 흐르고 그 시간을 따라 서서히 완성되는 집. 부부의 집 근처에는 에디가 지은 또 다른 집이 있습니다.
So that backside is the earth.
That's the field, and the earth
Ah,
coming
okay.
into the back of
All
the
right,
house,
all right.
and then it's cut in.
Wow.
경사진 언덕이 지붕으로 이어지는 독특한 형태의 집. 잔디 지붕이 덮인 이 흙집에 아이들은 땅집이라고 이름을 붙였습니다.
Eddie, before we go in, I'm just curious about the roof. Can I have a look at that?
Yeah, for sure.
How do I do this?
Well, we have to go around the back.
Oh, okay. Let's go back and have a look at it.
Yeah.
I think because that's the concept of the house, right?
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
we have to check it out. All right.
So this isn't a normal route, so you've got to climb over the fence here, because we're going from lawn to field.
All right. So there's a hurdle here. I hope my leg is long enough. All right, it's long enough. Okay, there you go. Oh, I see. Sure. And then that's fine. All right. Wow. The roof. Yeah. 야, 이 풍경 정말 너무 좋아요. 잔디, 초원. 자연, 여기 있는 자연의 재료로 만들어진 집이에요.
언덕을 타고 잔디 지붕을 지나 멀리 전원으로 향하는 바람이 되고 싶은 풍경. 그 풍경 아래의 집에도 에디의 태도와 마음이 녹아 있습니다.
Look at that. Wow. This is absolutely beautiful. Look at that. Oh, this is the kitchen.
Yeah.
Wow. I like the window here. You can look out.
Yeah, they're all this is
Yes, it's like you can.
So ground
it's-
level
it's-
on the outside.
Such humor in the house. Look at that. This is amazing.
집안의 소품들은 모두 에디의 발명품입니다.
Oh, look at that. Oh, look at that. You know, you can do this like that.
I made all
Yeah.
those things.
Wow.
But yeah, it's the concept, it's the idea that's important. So it's the experience, as you've experienced there.
Okay.
It's the joy of using it. So this is this obviously is a cantilever.
Oh, look at that. Even oh my God.
So
Even that.
So you've got all this movement. So
이거 그 마치 영화에 나오는 박사분 있잖아. 괴짜 박사. 막 신기한 그 제작물 만드는 박사님 같아요.
도르래의 원리를 활용한 조명은 장난기 가득한 즐거움을 줍니다. 욕실에서는 욕조 아래에 작은 서가가 갖춰져 있습니다.
I want to have a sit, you know? I want to have a sit. This is good. Wow. So you have a great view here out here.
yeah.
Oh, it's opening. This is beautiful. Lovely. Yeah, I would just sit down like this and play around. This is really great. Wow. Yeah. You're special, you know that, Eddie?
자연의 빛을 끌어들이는 거실. 주변의 나무와 재활용 소재들로 만든 주방. 에디가 2년 동안 홀로 완성했습니다. 사실 이 집은 게스트하우스로 사용합니다. 에디와 로이나가 자신들의 속도와 태도를 지킬 수 있도록 최소한의 비용을 마련하기 위한 것이죠. 집은 물론 그 안의 가구와 소품들은 에디가 손수 만들었습니다.
You can't not do that then. So you can't buy a light fitting very easily that's going to work with everything you've made. You think, oh, I've got to make that as well. Because there isn't, integrating proprietary type products from the shops into something that is completely shaped and made by hand is trying to marry those things can be really hard.
에디가 이런 발명품을 만드는 자신의 보물 창고로 안내합니다. 어디서 구했는지 기억도 나지 않는 버려진 고물들이 에디의 손에서 멋진 소품으로 재탄생합니다.
Early spring. That's a tine, I think. It's a tine of her. And I quite like that they're rusty, because that gives them a different quality, that they're not new, that they have a rusty patina, a rusty finish.
늘 집에 대해 생각하고 그 생각을 구현해가는 것은 에디에게 소중한 취미이자 일상입니다.
This is an old hot water cylinder. I'm just cutting, making use of the material. It says recycling. I made the lights, and I couldn't buy this. Well, I could ask someone else to make it for me, but why? You know, that would just be expensive for someone else to actually do the work to make this for me, and they probably wouldn't do it exactly as I wanted anyway. So it won't take long for me to just make some of these, make more of these, and then just put them in, and then job done.
녹이 슬고 버려진 낡은 물건들이 에디의 손에서 생명력을 되찾습니다.
Inside curve here with these straight jaw snips is quite difficult, but I've managed to get through. I mean, on the sort of the outside curve is easy, but on the inside curve it's hard to get round. So I'm just thinking about how I'm doing it, best way of doing it. I'm conscious that there's 2 more of those to do. I don't know. I'm just thinking about just the material and what I'm doing. This one has a quality, a sort of an aging quality or an oxidization that's come about through what's happened to it in the past. It's natural, but it's also something. It reflects where it comes from. So it's not new. It's something that's happened to it in its past life, and so I quite like that.
몇 시간을 들여 소품을 만들고 그 소품으로 조금씩 완성해 나가는 집. 빠르고 탐욕스럽게 시간이 소비되는 요즘, 에디는 자신의 속도로 느리지만 천천히 자신의 인생을 살아갑니다.
What I want is I want a pool of light on the ceiling, and then the other light coming down onto the picture underneath, and that little crown shields the light, the point light from the eyes, and just sends it up onto the ceiling. So yeah, it's good. I'm pleased with it.
처음에는 그저 아름다운 풍경과 독특한 집의 모습에 이끌려서 찾은 곳. 에디와 로이나의 시간을 공유하는 동안 서서히 그들이 사는 세상과 삶에 물들어갑니다.
그러니까 시간을 길게 보는 것, 근데 그게 큰 계획이 아닌 것 동시에 지금 현재인 것. 그러니까 모순이 좀 있죠. 길게 보고 사는 거예요, 시간을. 예를 들어서 나 1년 안에 뭐 짓고 살아야 돼, 이런 급박함이 없어요. 그러니까 뭐 걸릴 때만큼 걸리겠지, 이렇게 마음 편해. 일단 언젠가 완성이 될 거야. 안 될 수도 있겠지, 하지만 할 거야. 그 다음에 이제 현재가 있어요. 오늘 열심히 뭘 해, 그리고 기쁜 거야. 그리고 그게 쌓여서 미래가 되는 거야 라고 생각한 태도가 너무 좋았어요.
에디와 로이나는 어딘가 나무와 자연을 닮았습니다. 요정이 산다는 블랙손이 활짝 꽃을 피우고 푸른 박새가 지저귀는 5월의 오후. 엄마와 딸은 텃밭에서 시간을 보냅니다. 단조로워 보이지만 생명력으로 가득한 일상입니다.
Well, actually, I'm not sure because I'm not sure if it's going to be garden or not. But I think we should. It's very grounding. There are no other times in my life that I'll be digging in the soil. But yeah, I guess you're connected to nature. Seeing all the little worms and the little animals, I guess, as well. The animals that you never see. If they're on me, then yeah. But just on the soil, it's fine. Worms are quite harmless though. I don't think they're going to do anything. I'm disturbing the worms. They want to stay in the soil really. They don't want to be held.
이 순간은 로이나가 오래전 이곳을 찾아 집을 짓기로 결심했을 때부터 아이들에게 주고 싶었던 삶입니다.
But I wouldn't choose to bring children up in the city because I think they need to get their hands in the ground. I think they need to know where their food comes from, and I think they need to understand that they're very small in the scheme of things.
느리게 보낸 시간과 경험은 아이들의 DNA 속에 오롯이 새겨졌습니다.
Crop colour yet? No. You know when you've got those yellow fields. I'm seriously running low. Battery. I'm happy living in a city now because it's good for work and for studying, but I think when I'm older or if I have my own family, then I want to be in the countryside. I would want my children to grow up as I've grown up in the countryside.
I'm just collecting some short sticks to just mark out the spacings for the posts. I can just carry these, Rob, if you want to.
에디는 오늘도 어김없이 아들과 함께 울타리를 치러 갑니다.
Walk down and walk along the bottom.
지난 나흘 동안 6개를 작업했을 뿐입니다.
That looks sort of all right, actually.
100m 남짓되는 울타리를 완성하려면 40개는 만들어야 합니다.
Yeah, it might have to be. It might, actually, the tape's not straight at the moment, is it?
It's buried in the middle.
It probably wants to. Yeah, I think we'll get away with that.
울타리가 완성되기까지 한 달은 걸릴 것입니다. 그런데 에디에게 울타리가 언제 완성되는지는 중요하지 않습니다.
Was it really 3 meters? Yeah, I think it was, wasn't it? So 3.6. Yeah, okay. I suppose ideally it would be a sort of 90 degree, but because we've got something, we've got to have a face and something coming in.
만드는 순간, 과정 자체가 중요하기 때문입니다.
Very soft, isn't it? I mean, that's. Yeah, let's leave it at 1.5. I'm just deciding on the height. There's a few things going through my head about height of wire, height of top wires above the netting, ram jumping out, all sorts of things. We'll do it at 1.5 for now.
So it could possibly come out a tiny bit.
Yeah?
Yeah. 10.
Seeing it done as we intended and using the materials we want to use and know that it's going to keep the ram in, keep the sheep in, and also building on, you know, the hedge, the laid hedge looks really tidy and looks really good, so it's building on that and respecting that. So all those things is rewarding. There's lots of little jobs like this, lots of little things that that all contribute towards the whole. So it's okay. It's good.
울타리는 여전히 미완성이지만 괜찮습니다. 가족 모두는 미완성인 채로 살아갈 준비가 돼 있습니다.
With great expectations and wishing to get there very, very quickly, and to be very disappointed if they don't get there quickly. And I suppose they need to be able to enjoy the small triumphs and the small achievements along the way.
See it not so much as building a house, but just see it as just sort of a journey, just a journey that happens to build a house.
In late into the evening or something, one day.
에디와 로이나가 아침 산책길에 나섭니다. 이곳에 살기로 결심했던 그날의 풍경을 걷습니다.
Well, it's very peaceful. It's very peaceful. All we can hear is just the sound of nature. We can hear the sheep, but we can also hear the birds. And also just in the context of silence. So that's really lovely. Sometimes you forget, because we're so busy doing things, that one forgets to connect with a great big tree like this. You just put your hand on it and feel the trees.
자연의 촉감, 대지와 계절, 날씨가 만들어내는 조용한 리듬에 둘러싸여 부부는 지금처럼 함께 자신들의 방식을 지키며 살아가겠죠. 느린 속도와 소소한 일상, 미완성의 집이 어느 날 문득 생각날 것 같습니다.